Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Stefano. I run Unruly Capital, which is a future tech discovery platform. So we really try to see what is next, be there very early, and find the things that are really going to drive the world forward. So we have a specific impact thesis, which is radical technological acceleration. So we do think that by just building more technology, building more stuff, and doing it faster, we're going to have the most impact possible. And so if you look at all the trends, if we build more computers, we connect more people to the internet, we build more food alternatives. It is all driven by the technology. And so Unruly is really built to finance the next breakthrough technologies so that we can have more satellites in space, connecting more people, and in the end, having somewhat indirect, maybe, oftentimes very direct, real impact on the people. And so we do that through a wide portfolio. We have around 80 companies in the portfolio at the end of the fund life. We're at 45 now, and we'll do anything from fusion to algae and anything in between. The companies that we chose to showcase here, we're financing people that are building miniaturized MRI machines so that every doctor in every neighborhood can have a 200, 300K miniaturized MRI machine. We're helping build OTEC technology, which is geothermal in the water, in the ocean, so that tropical islands can stop using diesel, which is what they're using as of today. And we're transforming coastal deserts by spraying seawater in the sky and making livable microclimates. This has worked before. I've been doing this for a while now, and thankfully it has worked by finding the weird people early on and giving them the financing without really asking too much of what they want to do, but really just we have an example here with Madsen and Infinite Roots, who is building a mycelium fermentation platform for all sorts of substitutions. And so now obviously the question is, well, what is next? And so this is what we've been trying to answer for the past year. What we have really noticed from the best founders that we find is a trend of trying to decentralize the real world. And so get away with centralized institutions, get away with big centralized corporations, and adversarial countries, and instead try to build stuff more to the edge, at the frontier, closer to the customers, closer to the final users. And so obviously, all renewable energy is very much decentralizing, where you can generate the energy on your rooftop, you can store it in your garage, and this goes for a household as well as a country. But we're seeing that very much with production, food production, metal production. We have a lot of metal 3D printing companies, and we really do think that by financing these type of solutions, we can drive, again, technological advancement, which in the end will very much benefit the people. So Unruly is at Fund 1. I raised $23.5 million for Fund 1 in the end of, let's say, beginning of 2023. We'll probably go out to raise again next year, proving the thesis. And yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Stefano. Any questions? Yes. Thank you.
Hey.
Yes.
All right. Hey. This sounds immensely exciting. I mean, really, everything you just said, very well presented. What I was wondering is, now that you can basically invest in most things, most verticals, most areas, how do you come across for your LPs to convince them that, you're a specialist or whatever, you understand basically anything between here and the universe, right?
We're obviously the dumbest people in the room at the end of the day, every day. It's a very humbling experience talking with the people that are building all this stuff. We don't understand it. What we do understand is founders, and when we have exceptional founders in front of us, they are the ones that teach us, that tell us how the world is going to work in 10 years, and hopefully, you know, we're open-minded enough to be able to believe them. And when they really convince us, then we're on board. But it's very rare that we know anything more than them, obviously.
Another question? Yes.
Thanks so much. I really absolutely adore the idea of basing your strategy on the idea of decentralization. I'm wondering about your, pipeline. How many are in, let's say, less centralized places, geographies, communities? How you get, your decentralization through everything that you do?
Yeah, so we have companies all over the world. 60% is Europe, 30% is the US, 10% is in Africa. Cities are still, a mega technology and very much in their centralizing phase. So we're not betting against cities and against hubs. And so, we're financing a lot of companies in London, in Silicon Valley. But we do see, from time to time something that comes out absolutely out of nowhere. And our job is to be, I don't know, loud enough and maybe weird enough that no one else will finance them. And hopefully they find us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being weird.